see the people piling onto the park. They want to get their boys ready. It's a tradition between these two schools, between Windhoek High School and Windhoek Gym. It's a big derby, blue versus red. The boys from the mountains in Klein Coupe are taking on the boys from City Center, Windhoek High School. It's going to be an interesting battle here. Look at the teams as Windhoek High School run on, led by their captain, the number 12, Justin Muir, number 1, Esther Hazen, number 2, Rousseau, number 3, Opperman, number 4, Strauss, number 5, Grobler, number 6, Resant, number 7, Ducey, number 8, Kotza, 9, Theron, 10, Brandt, 11, Bucas, 12, Muir, the captain, 13, Ludwig, 14, Roo, 15, Zal. Windhoek High School, number 1, Mauri Ngurire, number 2, Steenkamp, 3, Thuert, 4, Feisma, 5, Varndameve, 6, Dearga, 7, Mostert, 8, Meyer, 9, Norval, 10, Lindenberg, 11, Tinessen, 12, Rousseau, 11, Tinessen, 12, Rousseau, 13, Diergaard, 14, Bucas, 15, Tromp. The man in the middle is Stefan Kellerman, assisted by Oscar Lambert and Zed Isaacs. It's the big one, the big boys. It's kickoff at Hage Geingob Stadium. It's exciting. It's the one we've all been waiting for. The big fixture. It's a nail-biting encounter between the boys in blue, the Windhoek High School boys from the city center, against the boys from up high in the mountains in Klein Coupe, the boys in red, Windhoek Gimnasium. As the kickoff is being taken by the number 10, Linenberg from Gimnasium. It's a big rivalry between these two teams. You don't want to miss this one, so don't move that dial here on TV Africa Namibia. We bring you the fixture live and direct, thanks to Super Tires, our broadcast partner, from the comfort of your home. Stefan Killerman getting his whistle ready. It's kickoff. Liedenberg kicks us off as the Sea of Red chases down that kick. It's lost forward by Windhoek High School already. First mistake of the game. Gimnasium will look to take advantage of that knock forward as they attack in the middle. Gimnasium have it now with the ruck forward. They get it through from their scrum of Gimnasium Nova. They've gotten through. You can hear the roar from the crowd. They're absolutely happy. Gimnasium out with their number 15, Tromp. They get it out. Gimnasium is on the attack. High School need to defend this one. They get it back. Gimnasium on the attack. It comes back. Great tackle in the middle there from Windhoek High School. It's very hard to see the numbers from out wide. It's Trompy now from Gymnasium. He has the ball. He's charging forward. Great tackle. They clear the ruck from Nova. Gets it out to the number 10, Lindenberg. Novel again. Who does he find? He finds Lindenberg. Gets it out to the number 13, Diergaard. Passes out wide. Do they get the ball out? Does not offload. Gymnasium have it in the corner. Referee awards the penalty. Stefan Kellerman comes back, he awards the penalty. He says there was no arms in the tackle by Windhoek High School. Decision-making time for Windhoek Gymnasium. Do they go for the points? It seems like they're going for the points. The kicking tee is coming on the field. They're lining up the kick here, Gymnasium. Can they draw first blood at Hage Geinkop? The kick comes through. It should be, he doesn't get it through. It looked like an easy kick for Gymnasium, but they don't get the kick through. It seems they've wasted 3 points here, Findo Gimnasium. It's going to be a 22-meter dropout. They drop it out here, Windhoek High School. It's collected by the number 11, Tienerson. Number 15, Trump, puts his boot to the ball. Oh, the number 15 there, Zal, struggling, but he recovers well. Looked like a high tackle from the number 4 from Gymnasium, Tesma. But 21 from Windhoek High School. Van der Berg gets the ball out. It's gathered there by Gymnasium at the back. He puts the kick through. He's going to chase it. High School does very well. They kick. Do they find touch? No, falls right straight into the hands of Tienerson, who passes the ball down to his fullback Trump, who kicks a drop goal attempt, which is very poor, as Windhoek High School now have got the attack with Bukers. Bukers dancing through, misses 2 tackles. You can hear the roar from the crowd. It's getting very loud at Hage Geinkop Stadium as Bukers dances through the Gymnasium defense. They win the penalty here, Windhoek High School. Stefan Killerman awards the penalty. Thank you very much for joining us on our broadcast here at TV Africa Namibia as we bring you the fixture live. It's going to be a penalty for Windhoek High School just on the halfway. See if they can exploit this opportunity, Windhoek High School. They're going to go for poles. It looks like 51 meters from where I am. It's an interesting decision from Windhoek High School. The kicking tee is coming on the field. Let's see what they can do with this kick. Gymnasium did not convert a fairly easy penalty. It's still 0-0 at Hage Geinkop Stadium. Still 0-0 at Hage Geinkop Stadium as Windhoek Gym lines up the kick. Looks like Darren Blunt lining up the kick there. Does the kick go through? He's got some distance on it. It's close, it's close. The flags stay down, but he surely has the boot. He surely has the distance as we see the blood replacement being reversed there. The scrummer from Windhoek High School, Teron, coming back on the field. It's going to be a dropout. Both teams have missed the penalty as Van der Berg comes off the field, the number 21 who replaced Teron in the blood replacement. Drop goal, 22-meter out as Windhoek High School gather it with their number 10, Brandt. Looks like he wants to kick it, but he decides to pass the ball out wide. Windhoek High School have some space. Oh, he danced through the defense, but the ball now with their big number 3, Opperman. Teron gets it out to the number 2, Rousseau. Oh, Rousseau with a big carry. They wins the advantage on it. Teron gets it out. Great defense from Gymnasium. Teron again gets it out to the fullback. Tries to do the drop goal. He surely has the distance. He's forced Stefan Killerman to award him his penalty back. This kicker from Windhoek High School is not hesitating to test his boot early on. He surely has the distance. They're going to go for poles. It's a little closer than the previous one. The other one was 51 meters. This one looks like it's on the 10-meter line dead. So it's about 40 meters out, but almost in the middle, so it shouldn't be a problem with the direction. Let's see if we can get this one through. Both teams have missed a penalty apiece in this match. A bit of attack from Windhoek High School early on here. We saw Opperman trying to go through. kick through. Referee's flags go up. Windhoek High School are ahead of this one by 3 points to 0. It's a big semi-final. No one wants to lose this one. They've got to stay in. It's a kick through. Restart. Windhoek High School don't gather it, but they managed to do so. They've been penalized for offside knock-on. When the ball is knocked on by a teammate and you're just in front and it happens to fall into your hands, you don't have anything you can do about it but succumb to the fate of the law as the kicking tee comes on the field. It's 3-0. Windhoek High School lead this one. The kick being made by the Windhoek Gym. It looks like it's Trump with the kick. Does he get it? Yes, he does. It's 3 points now. 3 Gymnasium, 3 Windhoek High School. It's game on. The number 10 from Windhoek High School restart. It's Brandt. Gimnasium makes no mistake by gathering that kick. They get it through with their scrum half, Teron, who passes their scrum half, Novel. Kick through by Gymnasium. Number 15 finds his scrum half there, Teron, who doesn't hesitate to kick. Oh, battle of the high balls here. It seems it didn't look like some obstruction there, but referee says play on. It's a kick through by Gymnasium. He's got definitely some pace on him. Oh, great take from the Windhoek High School boy on the ground. Some gymnastics there. He kicks the ball for touch. He does absolutely well, the Windhoek High School boy. He went to the floor and gained control of the ball. In normal circumstances, somebody would have knocked it on, but he did absolutely well. Gymnasium, they get it out. Gymnasium are on the attack. They pass it out to their big boy, who seems to be going through the defense. Not held in the tackle, the number 3 there, Theat. It's Gymnasium there with their number 9, Novel. He gets it out to the fly half, Lindenberg, who passes it to number 12, Rousseau. Novel again gets it out to Lindenberg. Lindenberg gets the ball out to the big number 1 from Gymnasium there, losing the ball. It's a 10 over Windhoek High School have it as Teron busted out as Brandt finds a very good touch on just before the 10-meter line. He clears those lines very well. As Novel, the scrum half, gets it to the big boy. He's had very good carries here, Ethan. It's Norval now out. A great tackle in the middle. Windhoek Gymnasium still have the ball, forcing Windhoek High to defend. Get the ball out to the number 12 now with the carry. Rousseau offloads the ball. Charging into that ruck, Windhoek Gymnasium, as Norval gets the ball to Lindenberg, who gets the ball back into one of his forwards. They get penalized for getting onto the ground here, Gymnasium, not staying on their feet. Referee Stefan Killerman is not happy. They threw the ball away, so they're going to get penalized for slowing down the ball. Professional foul, they call it. You're definitely going to have a chat with their captain, Morney Meyer, the number 8. As the kick comes through there from Windhoek High School. From their fly half, he's got a big boot on him, the number 10, Brandt. It's going to be a first line out put in for the number 2 from Windhoek High School, JC Rousseau. They've gone through the line out here. Gymnasium have won it at the back with their number 2 hooker. Steenkamp very away, but High School have won the ball. It seems like there was a tackle around the neck. He's got advantage out. Referee Kellerman, should have been a call from Lambert. Oh, big tackle there from Windhoek Gymnasium in the middle from the number 13 there, Diergaard. But Windhoek High School are on the attack. They've put in the kick through. They're chasing it. Windhoek High School dealt very well at the back there by Windhoek Gymnasium. It seems like they might be going for the turnover. They don't win the ball. Windhoek High School, they get penalized for trying to illegally win the ball back. I'm not really chuffed there by one who kicked the ball from Windhoek High School. They had the upper hand in the attack. Windhoek Gymnasium did not have the numbers. Probably should have held on to the ball, set it up quickly, try to do a quick ball out, then see where that takes them. But he was quick to put the ball on his boot where he lost possession. It's a line out kick on there for Windhoek Gymnasium. Kick through by their fly half, Lindenberg. Gymnasium win back their own ball. Oh, straight through there from the jumper. The number 4 has done absolutely very well. Oh, big tackle on the captain from Windhoek High School, showing no respect for the captain. They win the penalty. Quick tap from Windhoek Gymnasium. They're going with the ball quickly. Gymnasium exploiting their advantage now. They're playing very quickly off the base of the ruck as Norval gets the ball out. Another phase by Windhoek Gymnasium. They look very patient here. Get the ball, number 15, Trump. Gets tackled absolutely brilliantly by the 13 from Windhoek High School, Ludwig. Norval gets the ball out now to the number 4. Oh, good clean out there from Gymnasium. Norval again finds his fly half, Lindenberg, who lets the ball go quickly. Windhoek High School found wanting here on the defense, not really having ball in hand as Gymnasium keep going phase after phase. I must say they look very patient, these Gymnasium boys. They've won themselves a penalty. Decision-making time for Windhoek High School. Seems like they're going for the 3 points. Score remains 3-all. here at Hage Geinkom Stadium. Misses another penalty. Looked very easy from my angle, but doesn't convert it, the Gymnasium kicker. He's missed 6 points already in this encounter. Let's hope he doesn't come to regret it after full time. Every point matters in such a big encounter. Restart from Brunt. Gathered there, up and under from Gymnasium. Can they gather their ball back? He's done very well with the up and under. Is he through? Offloads it back. Gets gathered by one of his teammates in support. Must say good skill with the up and under as they go forward with their captain Gymnasium here. Meyer. He gets the ball out. They're still on the charge. Windhoek Gimnasium. Ball comes back inside. Oh, good run there by the big prop, Ethan. Another run there from Gymnasium. Do they get a try? It looks like it's a try. Try scored, Windhoek Gymnasium. You can hear the crowd. They're absolutely happy about that one. It's a great try scored. He's gone through absolutely brilliantly. Brings their score to 8 points as Windhoek High School are still on 3. We await the conversion. A try has been disallowed. It looks like it's a decision from one of the assistant referees. Did Zayt Isaacs called that? Gimnasium, try scored. Gimnasium, as they had their last one disallowed. Gimnasium 8, they lead this one, and 3 points of Windhoek High School. The kick goes through. This time around, the kick is good. Brings their score to 10 points for Gimnasium and 3 for Windhoek High School. Kickoff from Windhoek High School. Gymnasium do very well to gather that kick. The conversion came from the number 15 Tromp, but now it's Gymnasium on the attack. Gimnasium are keen to attack from Gymnasium are keen to attack from any point of the field. They kick their points. Number 15 gathers that kick. AJ Zal. Gymnasium for touch. They've done absolutely well to find a good touch. Gymnasium on the attack. They win the penalty, Windhoek High School, as Gymnasium are penalized for holding on the ball at right time. They're down on the park. It's a penalty for Windhoek High School. Probably seems like they want to go for points, as the score is 10 points to 3. Windhoek Gymnasium lead this one. His kick gets gathered by the number 11, Tienessen, as Novel passes the ball down to his fly half. Gymnasium on the charge. They seem to be in control of their attack here. Windhoek, they get the ball out wide. Is there space for them? Loses the ball. VIS chasing it down. It seems the big prop there has done very well to gather that kick on the floor. Riharuka. talk from the referee, Stefan Killerman. He's having a chat with the Windhoek Gimnasium players. In the penalization of Windhoek High School from the referee, Stefan Kellerman. Good kick through from Gymnasium. They win the line out. The attack now, great attack by the big prop forward, shoves down his tacklers, not backing down for any tackle. They continue with their charge. Windhoek as their number 9 takes it out. Melville takes the ball out quickly from the base of the ruck, looking for some support. Pick and go by the forwards. He found some space on the fringe there. The hooker, good pick there by Steenkamp. Novel gets out his fly off Lindenberg. It seems like he's through the number 13, Diergaard, charging forward through the gap. As Windhoek High School lose the ball forward, it's going to be a scrum for Windhoek. High School, they put themselves under necessary pressure as Lindenberg passes the ball forward. Nova Lindenberg, their number 12 loses the ball forward there. Rousseau couldn't hold on to it, but it looks like they're coming back for the penalty for Windhoek High School offside. Successful from Trump. He gets the boys 3 points ahead. For Gymnasium and 8 for Windhoek High School. Good penalty kick, goes straight through the middle of the post. Windhoek High School are getting penalized quite often in this encounter, not getting their own chance to play ball. Great kick from Trump there at 16 points to 3 for Windhoek Gymnasium. They're keeping the scoreboard ticking in this encounter. Oh, great kick there from the number 15 Trump. Great advantage for Windhoek Gymnasium. But they've played it quick here, Windhoek High School. They've retained the ball. They seem like they have some space to attack Windhoek High. They're on the attack here. He brings it back. It seems like Windhoek High School held the attack. He's gone through. Space on the outside. Windhoek High School are going through. He scores in the corner. Try Windhoek High School. Brings their match from 3 points. He gets 5. Now it's 16 points to 8. Windhoek High School trailing this one, but that's a great try in the corner. Yeah, the crowd is absolutely happy. The spirits were down for Windhoek High School, but now they've gotten a sigh of relief. They've gotten a try on.
dan wij dan 16-8 van het Gimnasium. En één kameraad zeker met die super die gaat zich niet genomen.
Remains 16 points to 8 for Windhoek Gymnasium. Score is 16 points for Windhoek Gym and 10 for Windhoek High School.
Mama, vais querer a foto? Vais ver a foto? Mama?
Daar is sleutels opgetel. Dis 'n Toyota voertuig. As u sleutels verloor het, daar's ook 'n remote en lyk na huissleutels aan. As u sleutels verloor het, is die bo in die losie.
nou duur sien. Hulle mors is sommer net klein. Hulle wil ook belangrik. Ai, kyk hoe lelik sy is.
Hij weet daar, wij zitten er met de praktisch. Nee, hij weet niet daar, maar niet er met de praktisch.
Wanstroom nummer 15 in Verdoelwereld. En we gaan nu 23-0 in gunst van het Gimnasium.
Windhoek Gymnasium lead this one by 23 points to 8. It's a kick through there by Windhoek. 23 to 11. Windhoek Gym lead this one. The number 11 on the attack there for Windhoek High School. He's trying to create some space for himself. Marco Bucas. His scrum half takes it out there. They're on the charge with their number 16. Teron again hesitates, tries to look for a space in the fringe. Wins the advantage. Looks like the big prop from Windhoek Gymnasium is offside there, Yakura. Doesn't look like he was behind last man's feet. Breakthrough from high school, but they get tackled by Gymnasium right on the far side. Windhoek High now trying to move the ball down their line. According to their number 15, he's on the run there, Zal. He's gotten some space, Zal. The number 13, is he through? He knocks it on, but he wins a penalty in the process. Great run from Warren Ludwig. but couldn't really finish it off. He started a great run, but couldn't really finish it off. Windhoek High School opting to go for poles. Score 23-11 in favor of Gymnasium here at Hage Geingob Stadium. It looks like Gymnasium have got more control of this encounter. It's 7 minutes left in this fixture. Score 7 minutes gone into the second half. So it's about 28 minutes to go into the second half. Still a lot of time to play as Windhoek High School get a penalty through.
Strafdoel weer daardeur daarom Brand vir WHS 23-14 in die guns van die Gimnasium.
Windhoek High School trying to keep the ball in. The referee says it wasn't touch, as instructed by the assistant there, Zayt Isaacs. It's a line out for Windhoek Gymnasium just before the 22-meter line of Windhoek High School. See if they can make use of this one. Windhoek Gym have got a line out here. See if they can make use of it. Their supporters certainly think that they've got this one in the bag. See if they can hold on to the lead for over 25 minutes. Some attention there on their hooker, Windhoek Gym number 2. He's coming back onto the field now, Steenkamp. Seems like he had an issue, but the medics attended to him. There's Ramov gets it out to the big number 3 with a big carry. They get it out to Windhoek Gymnasium. They're trying to attack. It's a scrum here for Windhoek High School. They need all the possession they can get to try and get back into this one. Teron has the ball. He passes it out. Little slimy kick there. They're chasing it, Windhoek High. Oh, almost got it back. They've won the advantage. Referee says Windhoek Gymnasium were through the side on that ruck. He's not happy about their entry to that tackle area. He's going to bring back the penalty advantage. Fly half from Windhoek High School. Doran Brandt. Windhoek High have got the line-out throw in there with Rousseau, looking for his jumpers. They win their line-out back as Teron passes it back to that quarter forward as they charge through the defensive line of Windhoek High School. Teron gets it out to his fly half Brandt, who gets the ball in to the number 6, Resant, who's well protected by the Windhoek Gym defense. Teron again, bit of a juggle there from Van Fake, but he does well to keep ball in hand. It's the number 1 now with the carry, Esterhazy. A good carry from the number 1. It's gone into the number 10. Brandt finds his number 11 wing, Bucas. Bucas still has the ball, trying to create some space for himself. Doesn't find a way through. It's Teron, passes it to forward. Good carry through. It seems like Steenkamp has struggled with that shoulder. Gymnasium have gotten the ball on the advantage here. They're starting to go on the attack, counter-attack. Windhoek High School losing possession. It's a kick through. It's a good chase. Do they get it? Oh, good take from the Windhoek High School player. Absolutely does well under the high ball. It's Steenkamp who's been struggling with the shoulder now, but he's back on the field with a good carry. A good defense from Windhoek High School. They need to get some points on the board as Liedenberg gets the ball out to his number 12, Rousseau. Novel, Liedenberg. Liedenberg out to Theat. It's a good carry from the tight head. Novel gets out, finds his number 10, Liedenberg. Good pass to the number 12 there, Rousseau. They knock it forward, Windhoek Gym. It's going to be a scrum down for Windhoek High School, just between the 10-meter line and the 22. Windhoek High School have the put in here. The scrum half, Theron has the ball in hand. They have to create some try-scoring opportunities here, Windhoek High, as he puts it into the base of the ruck of the scrum. Struggles to get the ball back, knocks it on. Referee blows for the scrum for Windhoek Gymnasium. It seems like good pressure put on by Windhoek Gymnasium as Windhoek High School struggle to collect their own scrum. Not the way you want things to go, especially if you're trailing. Pack there, tries to get the ball out to his number 15, Tromp was in support, but doesn't. Now it's the number 3. Good carry there by Ethan. Gets the ball out even. But it seems they're losing ground in attack here, Gymnasium, as Windhoek High School rushes in defense. They've got the advantage, Windhoek Gym. The passes seem not to be sticking. They're a bit under pressure. Playing advantage, the referee He's going to go back for the advantage as it doesn't materialize for Windhoek Gym.
Maybe you have to last the line, Abo. It's alright. Bring up last the line, Abo.
14 Windhoek Gym lead this one. They win a penalty. They're going for the points. Definitely want to stretch the score. If they can get 3, takes them to 20. Which is a good buffer. Through, does it look good? Doesn't get it through. It's going to be a 22-meter dropout. Surely had the distance, but couldn't get the direction and the angle quite right. Number 15, Trump. (23:15) remains the score as the ball is restarted on the 22-meter dropout, and Bukas collects it very well as he finds number 10 Liedenberg, who kicks it. They're chasing it with their number 15. Oh, it's done very well. They're collected by the Windhoek High School player, but the pass is not as crisp. But there's a kick through from the number 10 from Windhoek High, Brandt, as it's collected. Now comes the big number 3, Ethan, with the carry. He does absolutely well. Novo gets the ball out, finds the number 8, Meyer, the captain. Novo again finds number 6, Deaga. Good carry from Deaga, who offloaded to Diergat, who's deemed to have lost the ball forward. It's going to be a scrum to Windhoek High. The field as the player is getting treated there on the sidelines. Safety comes first in the game of rugby. The players need to keep warm because temperatures are not very favorable here at Hage Geingob Stadium. Time is back on. You're going to resume with the scrum. Put in by Windhoek High School as their number 9 has the ball, Teron. They surely know that they need to get some points on the board, the Windhoek High School boys, or the game is slowly slipping away from their arms. Trying to attack, but great tackle in the middle there from Windhoek Gym. Teron gets the ball out to his number 10, Brandt, who puts boot to ball. But not so very well done from Trump, whose kick is charged down, but the referee brings them back for the advantage. decision from Stefan Killerman. They were hoping that he's going to go on playing advantage. Penalty kick for Windhoek High School. They find a good touch, a place where they can really build up for the attack. Not a great throw from Windhoek High School, but they certainly regather. They get the ball out to their backline. Not a great run there from the backline player, number 13, coming back into traffic, making it easy for the defense. Teron. Good pass from Teron to Van Veek, who releases the ball quickly there. It seems like it's a great run from the number 11 there. Teron again shifts it out to the hooker, Rousseau, who carries it into contact. Ball goes to Brandt, who passes it again. It's Rousseau, the hooker, the number 2, does absolutely well in the carry. Windhoek High School look to recycle this one. They get it back to their number 8, Kotter. Great carry by Kotter. Their number 9 doing very well to get the quick ball in. They've got space on the outside here, Windhoek High School. Can they get the ball back in? They seem not to be happy about something. Windhoek High School, they're complaining. The ball looks like it went into touch. It's a bit of a consultation between the two referees. Decision-making time. The crowd not happy about that decision from the assistant referee. Set piece here for Windhoek High School. Teron waits for it at the base of the ruck, gets it out to Brandt, who doesn't hold on to it, knocks it forward, quite disappointing. Accidental obstruction, the referee says. No, he's having his arm out for a free kick, penalizing Windhoek Gymnasium, I beg your pardon, for pushing early in the scrum. Tap there by Windhoek High School. Loses the ball forward but gets a penalty as he was penalized for a high tackle, the Windhoek Gymnasium player. Referee's not happy by that tackle. He says that that tackle was not very clean as he would have liked it to be. The forwards now taking responsibility. They're not happy with their backline not executing. Now comes number 20 who loses it forward. Gymnasium have it now. They've got ability to slow it down as much as they can. They pass it back. It's a great kick from Gymnasium to clear their lines, which rolls right into touch just before the 10-meter line. But Windhoek High School don't care. They've played it quickly. They've gotten it back. They want to go on the attack. Windhoek High School with their number 11, who's now cutting back inside. He's gotten some space on the inside. He seems very dazzling with his feet. Number 11 does very well there, and Marco Brucas. He wins the penalty in the process as Windhoek Gymnasium don't roll away. Tap there by Brandt. Wants to get the ball out wide, he does so. They win the scrum down here at Windhoek Gymnasium as Windhoek High School knocked the ball forward. Attack here, being very bold, playing the ball into the 22-meter line and not resisting. They've kicked it forward. Looks like a very good kick, but gathered by Windhoek High School. It's Teron now. A very long pass to the number 11, Bukas, who gets tackled, but they get some space there with the number 13, Ludwig, who loses the ball forward, and there's a little knock on. The referee says it's going to be a scrum for Windhoek Gymnasium. Time has stopped as the paramedics attend to the Windhoek Gymnasium player. It looks like it's the number 12, Leon Rousseau, who's getting some attention, but he's back up to his feet, the inside center. For Windhoek High School, we see Gian Bukas running onto the park. Ball out to Lindenberg, who dummy runs, does not control his own running. They lose the ball backwards, but they're still in control of this one, Gymnasium. They get their ball out. They're attacking now with their number 5, who gets tackled really well, very close to the touchline. Assistant referee's flag stays down as the number 12, Rousseau, has the ball for Gymnasium. They go to the blind with number 6. That's a big tackle there on Deaga. Windhoek High School rushing their defense, trying to put Windhoek Gym under pressure. It's a great tackle from the fullback from Windhoek High School. It's an up and under from Tromp. They knock forward Gymnasium and the referee brings them back for the scrum. High School, they have the put in. See if they can make use of this one. It's a long way from an attacking position. They probably want to clear their lines as Teron tries to get the ball at the base of the scrum. Referee's not happy, he's going to reset it. High School have the scrum put in again since the reset from the previous one. They seem to be not having control of the previous one. Let's see how this one goes. It seems Teron has gotten it at the back there to Brandt. He stripped it out back into the back line. It's the number 12 choosing to hold on to it. Mirror. It's a rolling maul there from Windhoek High School. They're getting a bit of momentum. They've been told to use it by referee. Is the a great take there by the fullback. He was almost in trouble, but he does absolutely well to get the ball out. It's a little over 4 minutes left in this encounter. Windhoek Gymnasium seem to be running away with this one as they knock it on though, and Windhoek High School have another scrum that's very close to their 22-meter line. Back their ball in the scrum and they try and shift it past their back line. The pass gets very well to its intended marker, the number 11, Bucas. Windhoek Gymnasium win the penalty there as it is won by a very good 10. It's the captain getting congratulatory messages from his teammates. Morney Mayer won that 10 over. They're going to go for polls to wind down the clock. They've probably qualified into the final. It's a little over 3 minutes left in this encounter as Windhoek Gym decide to go for polls. Trump with the kick. Try and wind down as much time as possible in this encounter. The kick is sailing through, but it's very much wide. It had no chance of going in between those two poles. The 22-meter dropout for Windhoek Gymnasium. Trump didn't even get any direction on that one, but it's done the job. It's eaten up on some time. Trump gathers that restart from Windhoek High School, does an up and under for himself. or carried by Bucas, who's tackled very well by another Bucas. It's a Bucas to Bucas. Is Teron trying to get the ball out? Yes, he does. It's Resant now with the charge forward. Teron waits at the base of the ruck, gets it out to Brandt. Brandt who puts in a little clever kick, but Vintuk Jim knock it on. Referee brings them back for the knock on by Vintuk Jim.
Vintuk High School have that scrum put in.
Ja, of jij eerst een gymnasium gooit, gewoon even krampen. Dus dit is sportsmanschap.
Vintuk High School won their scrum back and they're attacking. Seems like they're running out of time in this encounter. Vintuk Jim seems to have control of these knockout games. They're not giving anything away. They've been so mature about it in case they win a penalty. It's full